Is America the world's foremost superpower, both militarily and economically?
Not outright. There's controversy whether it is. However, there are other countries that could say that they are.
However, are you aware that the U.S. is the highest gross domestic product in the world?
I was not aware of that. Do you have any evidence to support that?
Yes. The gross domestic product of the U.S. is $14.5 trillion, more than any other country.
Okay, I guess the evidence says then, yes, we are the highest gross domestic producer.
Is it true that the United States consumes more than it produces?
I would say that is true, as in with most countries.
So doesn't that mean that other countries produce the products that America uses?
Well, in this, yes, I would assume so.
So then, would a disaster in a foreign country hurt the U.S. economy?
Depends on the country. I mean, if the country that doesn't produce anything viable to the U.S. suffers a natural disaster, then we really gain no benefit whatsoever from giving them aid, other than a possible moral argument, which doesn't necessarily hold true and is controversial. However, it's because you're not necessarily specifying on which country that suffers a social disaster, whether they actually benefit the United States in any way.
However, have countries such as Egypt, Libya, Rwanda, and Chernobyl in Russia have all had social disasters that have resulted in the death of many civilians?
Well, social disasters, yes, that is true.
So, could the U.S. have provided aid to these civilians struggling through these disasters, and by doing that, saved lives?
I believe right now what you were referring to is the past experiences. We are talking about whether the future and whether we should whether we should give aid in the future. I believe we already have given aid to Chernobyl, and we have already given aid to Libya and Egypt. However, those social disasters are still occurring, and as the resolution says, the debate is about whether we give aid to countries after a social disaster.
Yes, but don't we look at the past to make a plan for the future?
The past is claiming that we have given aid already. So yes, you're looking at the past, but however, you cannot just use the past to justify the status quo, because I'm advocating for a change in the status quo.
No further questions.